Hey, buddy. What are you doing over there?
I'm just getting some leverage that'll be penalized and cost my team a game because I just put my arm here and did a little that, and you can't do that in the NFL, Tom. Can't do this. Oh, penalty, 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 penalty.
Oh, this would be the second time that leverage has cost a team. Obviously, yesterday with the Broncos and Colts, and the other time was the Jets and Packers for the trade of Aaron Rodgers.
Penalty.
Oh, baby. We here.
We're gonna steer you right off a cliff to put you out of your misery.
In the right direction. Welcome to another edition of the Grossi Perna Show. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna, and this is GPS. How's it going, friend?
Not great, Tom.
Not great. Okay,
Not great.
Figured, but I just wanted to ask. I just wanted to see maybe there was a different answer that we were expecting, but
No, your team looks complete on all levels. My team, the thing I was most sure about, the defense disappeared. Daniel Jones is, I can confirm, the greatest quarterback in the NFL right now. So there's no shame in losing to Dan Jones. Let's just put that out there immediately. I don't think anybody can stop this guy at the moment. And a leverage penalty, a rarely called leverage penalty, just called on a 60-yard attempt, field goal attempt, which the Colts missed. And, it's a personal foul too. So they moved the ball up 15 yards. 15
yards.
That
was a good chunk that they moved that up.
For putting your arm on a guy, kinda. And not even actually leaping over the line. You know what I mean?
Well, it's not the jump anymore. That's the whole lever, right? You're pushing up against a
if you barely touch the guy. Yeah.
I can see you still feel pretty good about this. I feel like there's no animosity towards the refs whatsoever.
Fuck those refs. Excuse me. Sorry. I think I saw something. This penalty's been called 50 times in the last 15 years. And they do it on a 60-yard field goal attempt where it affected the play like not at all. Also, why are we even trying to block a 60-yard kick? You know the motherfucker's going to miss that. Sorry again. I will dial it. I will reel it in, Tom. I will reel it in. Why are we even trying to block a 60-yard kick?
I asked Perna right before we went live. I was like, is this worse, or was it the Russell Wilson Hail Mary that was complete for a touchdown and then the 2-point conversion was that failed? Was it which one's worse? I feel like this one is because the defense. I feel like because the ending sucks. Like the ending is not fun. But then it's like the offense looked better. Bo Nix, besides obviously they had that turnover.
Nix was great.
But it looked better. The offense looked a lot better than what it did last week. So I was like, all right, something to hang your hat on. And then it kind of all fell apart at the end.
Yeah, it's
true stuff.
I think this one's a little tougher to swallow because with that Hail Mary, we knew we still had to get the 2-point conversion.
Yes.
This one, he misses the kick. We've got Kevin Harlan saying, the Broncos are going to win. The Broncos are going to win. We all thought we won the game.
Yeah.
We thought it was over. And then, oh no, here comes the flag. And also, Will Lutz missing a 43-yard field goal right before that. That's a problem. And the Colts, the worst part too is the plays right before that 60-yard field goal attempt. This is what the Colts did. They ran the ball 3 times in a row and gained like no yards. They just kept running so they played the ending stupid. just 3 runs into a wall to not give your kicker a better chance than 60 yards. So they did the dumb thing. Stupid play calling, a little bit of a mismanagement there by the Colts. And then their asses are saved by a penalty. A penalty we rarely see called. The penalty that, okay, maybe you can say, yeah, he touched the guy's back a little bit. But dear God, it's not like he flew over the line. That rule needs to be changed. Get rid of it. It sucks. It's stupid. It's not protecting anybody. And again, it didn't affect the play. It wasn't like the Broncos blocked the field goal because he used all that leverage. I don't know, man. It's just one of those things. It happened to my team. It happened live. It sucked. We'll move on. The bigger concern for me is the Broncos defense.
Sure.
Their linebackers look like garbage. They couldn't cover anybody. Riley Moss was getting torched all day as well.
How's the pass rush?
Here's what I will say. I think a big reason the Colts are going to continue to have success this season is I think their offensive line is very good.
They lost a couple guys this offseason. We were talking about this before, and I was like, I don't know how good their offensive line is going to be. Well, I'm an idiot because they looked pretty damn good yesterday.
The Broncos had 1 sack in this game, and it was a stunt. It was a blitz. Like, we couldn't generate pressure organically. And that's the one thing I would have been like, yeah, Daniel Jones is going to be under duress. So I think credit the Colts offensive line there. Also, Pat Surtain sprained his ankle in this game, and after that, he didn't look 100%. Zach Allen went down with something early in the game, so maybe that contributed to Zach Allen not being quite as effective, but I thought the Colts offensive line did a great job. I'm not worried about the Broncos pass rush moving forward, but I'm worried about the linebacker position. We need Dre Greenlaw. Just get healthy, Dre, and get on the field because that's an issue at the moment. And Riley Moss had a rough game. Nothing's true. Nothing's true, Tom. I can't rely on anything. That's what I know at this point.
Maybe the defense was AI. Who knows?
It might have been. Come on, ride a train. It's the NFL. And their stupid commercial.
Max, I don't think the Chiefs need a impact running back. They have Patrick Mahomes.
They got Mahomes, man.
He's lowering his shoulder. He's like, let's go.
I hope Mahomes carries the football over 200 times this season.
He gets Ashton Genty numbers
for Patrick Mahomes. At least, please.
At least minimum. Yeah, I mean, dude, it was a pretty crazy week 2. Like week 1 was nuts because you had like these comeback victories and they were insane. Week 2, it felt like just a different level of crazy, right? You had the Giants and Cowboys game, which was nuts. Of course, Joe Burrow getting injured. So it was feared yesterday that it was a significant injury. It was confirmed this morning that he is going to miss 3 months. He is going to have to get surgery on that turf toe. And he also tore some stuff as well, which it just sucks, man. And the Bengals are 2-0. They're leading the AFC North. Yeah. So that's unfortunate. You got the Steelers not knowing special team rules. That was
Caleb. Man, look, if I'm an NFL team and I have the chance to draft a guy named Caleb, I'm just not going to do it anymore. Not going to do it.
No, you can't. The Bears, the Lions, they rebounded. They looked okay. Question, and this is a real question. Who had the worst week? Was it the Bengals, of course, Joe Burrow? Was it the Bears? And there's a double hit here. Not only did your defense allow 52 points and Jared Goff went off, right? And Lions are back. But then on Sunday Night Football, you're like, well, at least the Vikings, we went toe-to-toe with them. Then they got their ass kicked by the Falcons. Yeah. Or is it still the Dolphins?
Well, now that we know tough. Daniel Jones is the best quarterback in the NFL, Dolphins week 1, you just ran into a juggernaut. So week 1, I get it. Week 2, I think at least Miami, they hung around in that game.
They did.
And they fought back. And actually, I thought the Dolphins and the Broncos lost in very similar ways. Devin Achane had that long run at the end of the game, but he stepped out of bounds, right? Stepped out of bounds, would have been a touchdown. Dolphins probably win. Denver had a big run from J.K. Dobbins, and then he got penalized right after the run for spiking the ball on the field, and then we got another penalty. So the Broncos and the Dolphins were both in striking distance of winning the game. Achane stepped out, and then I think Miami had a penalty as well, and they go down. They end their game on a sack. So yeah, it's bad for the Dolphins, but at least they were competitive this week. You know, like
True.
You can look at the Dolphins and say, we took a step forward. We lost the game, but at least some stuff looked a little better. The Giants, same thing. Like they lost in pretty
looked
horrific
a lot
fashion,
better.
But Russell Wilson,
career high,
his best game since he was a Seahawk. Dear God. Had a weird, terrible throw in overtime. That was a fumble that went out of bounds, and then the pick. But like Russ kept him in that game, and the Giants were victimized by themselves. You go back to that opening drive for the Giants, and they had the 4 penalties by is it Hudson, their offensive lineman?
Oh my God!
Drive.
Yeah, he's swinging.
4 penalties, and they got down to the 3, and then they went backwards as well, settled for a field goal. If they score a touchdown there, like they should have, probably completely different game for the Giants. I think I would be worrying a little bit today if I'm a Vikings fan.
You know what?
I think week 1.
There's a lot, Adam. There's a lot.
You had 3 bad quarters, or boring quarters, or limited quarters from JJ McCarthy, and then an amazing 4th quarter. Like, okay, maybe this is the dude. This is who it is. And I said, sometimes it just takes a series or 2, and you get your confidence, and that kind of sets you up. Did not carry over from week 1 to week 2. JJ struggled, kind of looked lost out there. Maybe the Falcons defense a little better than we thought. They had a
great night, dude.
How many sacks did they have? How many sacks did they have? 5 or 6 sacks?
Yeah,
that's
they had like 5 in the first half.
I think, Tom, they had 6 sacks. So I think, as a Vikings fan, you left last week full of optimism.
Sure.
This week, it's not that I think JJ is going to be bad or that he's a bust. It's just the reality that this first season with him is probably going to have a lot of growing pains. A lot of growing pains.
Yeah. So here's my analysis on the Vikings, right? So I picked the Falcons to win. I got some crap over that, but I picked the Falcons to win.
Solid pick.
Because, right, against the Bears, they started slow. And it was like, all right, the Bears were able to kind of and I was like, maybe the Falcons, who had a good game against the Buccaneers, if it wasn't for a missed kick, which, by the way, holy cow, man, their new kicker came in 5 for 5. That first one was a little wonky, and I didn't know, but then he hit like a 54 yarder. But the Vikings, I'm not as concerned because the way that I phrased it last night, 1, they're missing guys from their offensive line. 2, missing a whole bunch of guys from their defense, right? So there are a bunch of injuries, right? So that context does matter. They're like not having Dan Ginkle, not having Darisaw on the O-line. That definitely makes a difference. At the same time, I feel like the team will get better if and when JJ McCarthy develops more. This is his 2nd NFL start.
Yeah.
Right? And going up against an opportunistic defense, like, listen, Falcons defense was great last night. It's not taking anything away from the Falcons whatsoever. But if JJ doesn't develop, of course, it's going to be frustrating. I think the larger problem is that the folks who are on the team, you saw this at the very end of the game, and we're not going to overblow this, but like Justin Jefferson was like crouching down and obviously was pretty pissed off by the end of the game. And I think it was Aaron Jones who went to go like help him up, and Justin Jefferson was like, nope, and just like stood up and kind of walked away. For the veterans who are on this squad, I think it's a little bit tougher for them because they just had a 14-win season last year.
Sure.
Right. And then like with Sam Darnold, and yes, they did lose their first playoff game, but they were a pretty successful team. And then to go to what is basically a rookie quarterback, some of those guys, that might be tough going forward. And I know that they got cap issues going forward as well. That's where, like, long term, you're looking at the Vikings of like, oh man, you better hope this JJ McCarthy thing works out. But in the short term, if JJ gets better as the season goes along, I'm less worried about them. But as of right this second, yeah, they did not look great last night. It's just the offense, they can't move the football.
Yeah,
that's the
and
problem.
he missed some easy throws. He overthrows Jalen Naylor. That would have been a huge play. Then they're, kind of in desperation mode. He throws a bad interception late there. So it's just like those little things. And it was like I think it was after the Naylor overthrow, and they cut to Kevin O'Connell just like, and Kevin O'Connell's I think he's a hard guy to get that moment of just looking so defeated, because he's done such a great job with quarterbacks. Obviously, I think, he had Daniel Jones on the roster for a few weeks last year, and he baptized him with his quarterback healing powers and sent him off to the Colts, where Daniel Jones is, again, clearly the best quarterback on earth right now. So I think it will take time, but like, I think the way the game ended last week, Vikings fans probably had a lot of confidence, and then bit of a reality check for them this week, in that it's gonna take time to develop. And it's those throws that, like, throw to Naylor, like he had time in the pocket, he just sailed it. Like, you want your quarterback hitting those plays. A lot of other stuff, you can chalk up. He's young, you're figuring shit out. But when you just miss throws and you have time to make them, those are the tough ones. And I mean, Patrick Mahomes was doing the same shit. Sure. He had I don't even know who the receiver is. Wide open, just sails the ball there. It's going to happen. Doesn't make it easy. But when you see those missed opportunities and a loss, it's tough.
Yeah, and but that's also why I bring up the Bears, right? Like, let's talk about the Chicago Bears. Holy cow, man. The Bears, who went toe-to-toe with the Vikings, right? They were in control of that game until they lost control of the game at the very end, right? And the defense kind of got gassed, and Caleb didn't look good later. He looked good in the beginning. And then you head into this week, and Ben Johnson, like, this whole week is kind of getting antagonized by the Chicago press, right? And he's like, I don't want to talk about this game anymore. There was a question about him potentially starting 0-2, and he's like, no, we're going in Detroit to win this game. He gets heavily booed, of course, going back to Detroit. And Caleb Williams looked pretty good for that first drive. And holy cow, man, things got rough in a hurry. And again, it looked like the defense got gassed, which makes sense if they're constantly on the field. And for the Lions, if you're a Lions fans, you feel a little bit better, right? Because last week did not look good against the Packers. Offense couldn't move the ball, had no problems this week. And you could ask the question, is it the Lions who are really good, or is it the Bears are really bad? The answer might be both. But then to watch the Vikings game and everything that we just talked about, and you're like, oh, we lost to this team in his first NFL start, that's tough. And we were talking about this last night because, listen, if you're a Bears fan, the good thing is you know what to expect at this point. It can't really get any worse because it's happening every single year. And I'm not even trying to put salt in the wound because I cannot hurt you as much as your own team does. But we were talking about, it is only week 2. If Caleb Williams, who's trying to get used to a new scheme, new coach, all that great stuff, if things do not work out, I think the team gets rid of Caleb before they get rid of Ben Johnson. And the question now is, and all the expectations and the pressure is, can Caleb Williams adapt to that scheme? Can he get better as the season goes along? And I'm not closing the door on him just yet, but things were looking tough yesterday against the Lions. And especially with all the hype in the offseason once again, but this time it was like, okay, but for real this time, we even got the Pope. That's got to feel pretty bad yesterday.
Yeah, I think the Pope, I don't think he's praying.
I
don't think he's praying for the Bears.
Not for the Bears.
I think he needs to go to confession. And admit that he has not prayed enough for the Chicago Bears.
No, he's not. No. Flag?
Yeah, I think Caleb, he looks a little bit better so far than he did last year. He's looked better at times. Still has a lot to work on. And it's I don't know about the Bears, man. I think it's going to be a while before things actually start to make sense for the Chicago Bears as a team.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just that they lost to the Lions. They got destroyed.
Got their ass beat, dude.
They got destroyed. 5 touchdown passes from Jared Goff.
Yep. No interception.
Freedom on rah.
Yep.
Like, that's a rough way to lose. Like, you want to be competitive in that game. You want to look at a handful of things and go, hey, we did that pretty well.
Yep.
But they didn't. So that's, I feel for you, Chicago. But at least the Bears had their hearts ripped out week 1. So they went into this game probably with very minimal expectations.
A little bit more calloused, maybe.
Yeah,
so it's like the amount of scars I have.
And they're like, confirmed.
Good.
Thank you for confirming for us, Caleb and Ben, that it's going to be a long season.
Yeah.
I do.
Leverage.
I think I found the worst shirt in the NFL, Tom.
Oh?
Yeah. Look at this. Look at this cool guy. Is that a free Rashee Rice shirt?
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Is this current? Is this up to date? Let's free this guy.
Is that
his 6-game suspension for reckless driving and leaving the scene of an accident and injuring people?
Is that confirmed as yesterday? From yesterday?
I don't know. When was this posted? It was posted yesterday. I mean, when would you free him from his injury last year? This has got to be.
Yeah,
is this real? Please tell me this is real. If it's not real, then I'll apologize to Travis Kelce. But
hold on. Oh, okay. No, all right. Yeah, not getting any updates there. Yeah. By the way, real quick, we're not gonna make this about the Packers, but after that Lions game, I feel a whole lot better about the Green Bay Packers because it was we didn't know, right? It was like, oh man, are the Lions bad this year? Turns out no, or the Bears are just really, really bad. And
no, my takeaway is your defense is very, very, very good.
That's it.
My takeaway is your defense was very, very good.
Yeah. So let's talk about the Bengals real quick because that Bengals Jaguars game, there was a lot. First of all, that was a good game, right? Like they did go. I'm so sorry. I didn't even mean to do the toe-to-toe. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I literally heard it as soon as I was about to say it. It was a very close game. And there's a few things to talk about. Obviously, Joe Burrow, so it's confirmed this morning. So grade 3 turf toe. He also tore some ligaments in his toe. Not good. He's going to be missing the next 3 months. They're 2-0. Jake Browning. The defense of the Bengals looks better. It looks better than what it was last year. So that is a positive, right? They were still able to move the ball. Jake Browning has won with the Bengals before. They should be able to be at least okay and keep their head above some water. And plus, they're going against the Vikings this week. So they might wind up getting a win. The Jaguars, interesting team right now, the Jacksonville Jaguars. Someone mentioned in the chat, and I went back and made sure to watch it this morning, the interaction between Trevor Lawrence and Liam Cohen. Did you see that on the sideline where Liam Cohen's like smack? He's just like smack. He's like throw the ball at his chest. Trevor Lawrence like, I've heard your Duval,
you idiot.
It was pretty. Yeah, it was pretty solid, David. It was good. USA show. What was that? TNT. Yeah. Where are you with obviously the Bengals? We're gonna have to see how they do under Jake Browning. I think they'll be okay. Where are you with the Jaguars right now? They look good week 1, right? Great run game, defense looked better. And this doesn't look like last year's Jaguars team. But now some folks are looking at Trevor Lawrence going,
Yeah, they blew it. Brian Thomas dropped that pass.
Yeah.
I don't even know if he would have gotten the first down there, but they're in the red zone. He drops a pass. Yep. And if he catches that, they probably win the game, right? Then their defense just lets the Bengals march down the field and win the game. So that sucks. You can't take advantage of defeating Cincy when they lose their starting quarterback. That's worrisome. I think they're the Jags. Just like the Bears are the Bears, the Jags are the Jags right now. I like Liam Cohen. I think I think their offense over the course of the season is going to get better and better. But yeah, I think Trevor Lawrence, and we've said this before the season starts, this is like a make or break season for him in terms of like whether or not this franchise is going to believe in him as their guy moving forward. So, and now that division, the AFC South is going to get interesting because the Colts look like the best team. They've got the best quarterback on planet Earth. I cannot reiterate that enough. And we'll see.
To be fair, you put him at number 1 in your power rankings.
I did put the Colts at number 1, and
you did.
Might have to stay there, guys.
You did. So
yeah, Jacksonville to be determined. I think there's a lot to like about how their offense moves the ball. They can score points, but here's an interesting stat I found, and there's in our bold predictions episode, we predicted Will and I predicted Ja'Marr Chase to win MVP this year. We're like, we know it's probably going to go to a quarterback. We're going to pick a non-QB. And we said the reason we think Ja'Marr Chase is going to win MVP is because Joe Burrow is going to miss time with an injury. Jake Browning's going to come in, and we're going to see just how damn good Ja'Marr Chase is as a wide receiver.
So you did this.
And now that's happening. I didn't want it to happen, but Joe Burrow also has an injury history. Whether I'm not saying it's his fault, but he's missed a lot of time through his career with different injuries. And then I saw this stat posted. Bengals offensive line. With Burrow in the game, 49.9 was their grade. With Jake Browning on the field, 73.1. 2023, their offensive line better in pass protection with Jake Browning than it was with Joe Burrow. It says it's a weird paradox that Burrow is much better, but his play comes with diminished returns because the Bengals O-line just can't deal with his offense. And so I think we've kind of talked about this before, where there's this weird thing with Joe Burrow where he is one of the best quarterbacks in the league. We all agree. He's insane. He does so many things well. But there's every year, Joe Burrow takes a lot of sacks. And it doesn't look like those are all on Joe Burrow, right? It's like, oh yeah, the Bengals offensive line's not very good, but then they get a little better with Jake Browning in there. It's kind of a weird thing. And we'll see if that continues to be true right now.
Sure.
But and Jake Browning's lucky to win that game because he fired how many interceptions did he have? 2 or 3 picks?
Yeah, 3.
The Jags offense couldn't take advantage of those situations. That's the other thing you're concerned about Jacksonville. I thought they outplayed them and they still lost. So that's also like tricky.
Yeah, I mean, the Bengals, I'm not as concerned because Jake Browning has gone in there before and won them a bunch of games, right? So
yeah,
I'm not
Browntown, baby. You're the backup. 2023
going against the Vikings next week. Winnable game. Honestly, I think it is.
Yeah, it's very winnable.
On the state of their injuries with Minnesota. I know they got the Packers in a few weeks. And at least they started 2-0, right? Like that is something that it helps a little bit, for down the line. 3 months is a really, really long time. But if they're able to stay afloat, maybe. I do want to talk about this Chiefs game.
Yeah, Kelsey sucks.
Dude, that
rice.
It was right in his hands too. Like, I mean, and that just, it's a tough, he's got to catch that ball. It catches that ball, it's a completely different game because it was both games that I streamed yesterday, both that game and the Sunday night, very defensive games.
Yeah.
And that turnover completely changed the complexion of the entire game. I don't know if Kelsey not retiring hurts his team because I got to be honest with you. I don't know who else they're throwing the ball to. Right? Like you have Hollywood Brown, he got banged up. I think he came back in. You got Juju Smith-Schuster. They're still waiting for Rice to come back. Xavier Worthy's still hurt. So I feel like you just need somebody to catch the ball. Thornton, he pretty darn good. He had that one long pass. I know he had the other one that Mahomes sailed. But
you need a quarterback to be accurate. Start with that, Kansas City. Get a quarterback that's accurate.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm completely off base here. I feel like if Andy Reid felt if that Travis Kelce was a detriment to the team, he wouldn't be playing as much. I feel like they just don't have a ton of options right this second in terms of pass catchers.
No, they're gonna go down. They're going down with that ship. They should have drafted an unwashed tight end. Dude is old, slow, can't fucking catch a ball to save his life. I'm going to take full advantage of this opportunity to dunk on that man because he has caused me pain for years. Now he sucks, and I love watching every second of his sucky-ass hands not catch sucky-ass balls. Dude, and he did that last week against the Chargers. He dropped a pass in the red zone. Luckily, last week, it didn't bounce right to the other team. Was that Makuba who got the pick? Makuba Gooding Jr. got the pick right off of Kelsey. So that negates a touchdown. Okay, Tom? It negates a touchdown. The Chiefs lose to Philly. Jalen Hurts has, 101 passing yards in this game?
Yeah.
101. Yep. I saw a stat about Hurts. He has 2 completions of 10-plus air yards this season. Tied with Tyrod Taylor for 34th in the league. Tyrod Taylor has thrown 11 passes in garbage time. Okay. So the Eagles, they're 2-0. Their offense hasn't looked great yet. Saquon Barkley had 88 yards against Kansas City. They did another decent job containing him. His touchdown run, very Saquon-esque. But if you're the Chiefs, that was a winnable game. They couldn't take advantage of their opportunities. Eagles are going to be a tough team no matter what. They don't look like last year's Eagles yet. So if you're an Eagles fan, I think you're just kind of waiting for the offense to look right. And they ran the tush push how many freaking times in that game? Yeah.
Dude, the false starts were bad. Like, listen, I
like them.
I know you do. There were some pretty bad false starts, and listen, I'm one of the guys who does not, even though my team did not want the tush push to be banned. But it just, yesterday, I was like, all right, well, then just make sure you officiate it. Whatever. I will say for both teams, because now the Chiefs are starting 0-2, right? It's been a while since.
Sorry, you cut out there. What did you say?
They're 0-2. The Kansas City Chiefs are 0-2.
Wait, I cut out again.
They are 0-0, 0 wins, - 2 losses.
Who is that?
The Kansas City Chiefs.
Okay, right.
Yeah. Gotcha. Which, by the way, I thought this game would have been complete garbage, and it could be. But Sunday Night Football next week is the 0-2 Giants versus the 0-2 Chiefs. And if Russell Wilson shows up, hold on.
Dangerous. Dude, if Russell Wilson drops the Chiefs to 0-3, he's getting a long apology. A serenade. Dude, if Russell Wilson. Please, Russ. Oh, yeah, Butcher's washed, too. Sorry.
Ty, they're saying grade 3 turf toe. They're looking at 3 months, my friend. I don't... that's all the reports that I'm seeing. They were concerned about it last night, and everyone's like, did you see he's out for 3 months? I was like, no, that's what they're afraid of. And then it was confirmed that he has to get surgery. So apparently it's grade 3 is pretty darn bad. So I hope he comes back ASAP as long as he's healthy. If he plays against the Packers, rock out. But it seems like he's going to be out for an extended amount of time.
Yeah, that's from Schefter. Minimum of 3 months, getting surgery. It's one of those things like he had to decide, am I going to try and play through this?
Yeah.
And probably still need surgery at some point, or get the surgery now, let the foot heal correctly, and then hopefully come back, Yeah, turf toe does need a scarier name. Box, I agree. It is the lamest sounding injury, and we all know it's a really tough one to come back from.
Oh, yeah.
And a quarterback, obviously, it's important, but a receiver gets it, you're like, he's screwed, man. Because you're cutting on those toes so often, so frequently. Turf toe is usually a devastating injury for a receiver, but when, there's varying degrees of it, it needs to be called what should we call turf toe, Tom? We need a good name for turf toe. The
Terrible
foot destroyer. The foot decapitator. The toe tranquilizer.
Putting your foot to sleep? Well, you kind of can't walk, so that.
Yeah.
What I was going to say.
Let's just call it the crippler.
Nailed it. James would have fit it. I think that was the Perna.
He's in peril.
I will say about the Eagles and the Chiefs, both defenses look better than what they were last week, right? And I think that's something to hang your hat on. The Chiefs starting 0-2 is obviously not great. I am not at a level of significant concern for the Chiefs because their defense looked really good against the Eagles, right? They were able to keep them at bay. I know Chris Jones, exactly this, being like, you barely even had 100 yards. Well, joke's on you. You had 101 yards. And then Jalen Hurts just like, we won the effing game, man. Like, who cares?
Yeah.
So I feel less concerned when Rashee Rice comes back, when Worthy is healthy. I feel like that Chiefs offense might wake up a little bit. Patrick Mahomes being your leading rusher is not great. It's not ideal, but you're going up against a really good defense 2 back-to-back weeks. Like tonight, you're seeing the Chargers against the Raiders. I wouldn't be surprised if Genty has another tough week in terms of yards per carry because he's going up against a good run defense in the Chargers. Fair. So I'm not overly concerned, but I think that there was some progress made between both these teams in terms of the defensive side of the ball. I feel like
I'm going to say the Chiefs are washed. They're definitely in trouble. They're going to lose a lot more games this season. And where they're going, they do need James Rhodes.
For balanced.
I'm a man. I'm not 40. I'm 58.
James. Yeah, that was fun. Like talking shit about a quarterback's passing yards as he's kneeling down for victory. You're losing your touch too, Chris Jones. You're losing
total annihilation. I like that.
Yeah, you can switch. We'll bring you over, Dolphins fans.
Come on over. Come on
over.
Okay. We brought up the Dolphins before. They lost to the Patriots in Miami, right? To add that better set, but look better than what it was last week, right? Definitely was improvement from week 1. I put a link, if you don't mind clicking on that super quick, in the doc.
Okay.
I know you and I both fans of Mike McDaniel, right? We like Mike McDaniel. Kind of just like, all right. This past offseason, right? He's like, every day's a great day because we're one day closer to death. And I was like, okay, all right, whatever. That press conference yesterday, I'm gonna be sensitive, Tom, for 1 second.
Okay.
Are we sure Mike McDaniel's okay? And I mean that legitimately with all the sympathy in my heart. Are we sure he's good?
No, he's coaching.
Which I get. Coaching the Dolphins, it's a tough game.
Nowhere. Yeah. Let's listen to his answer here, right?
Yeah.
To win games, you have to win the game, not lose the game. Honestly, and that is how you lose the game. You're moving the ball down the field. You're 1st and 10, and then you find yourself at 2nd and 20.
Yes, I agree with that because that's exactly what the Broncos did.
Sure.
1st and 10 was actually then 1st and 15, and then another penalty. It was 1st and 25. So as incoherent as he kind of sounds there, it actually makes a lot of sense to me because I watched something similar.
That was critical.
It's
he looks broken. He looks broken.
Yeah.
And he's always been positive.
Football, hope he's okay. Hope he's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, because there can't be a coach that's on a hotter seat right now, right? You look at like Callahan. I know things are not going well with the Titans so far, and you're kind of like, okay, like maybe that's not going to last super long. Cam Ward, again, I like the splashes I'm seeing from Cam Ward. I'm like, okay, I like this. But yeah, McDaniel, people were asking if he's fired after Thursday night if they get blown out by the Bills. I don't think it's that early, but I don't know, man. Like they need to kind of clean house. It's not just the coaching staff.
Yeah, I mean, like I get that you can point to a lot of things maybe, that you think is wrong with Mike McDaniel. If we're just looking at this last game, it's like, did he step out of bounds as a running back? No. Did he cause the penalty there?
Sure.
No. Like you got to execute, and maybe Mike McDaniel isn't the right guy to be leading a football team.
Yeah.
But it's tough because I think evaluating Mike McDaniel as a head coach is a tough task.
Sure.
And any criticism of him, I'm not trying to like disregard, like it's probably fair, but
it's a good point.
He came in, he got the best out of Tua in that offense. Like it looked great with him. Then there were injuries with Tua in 2 of the 3 years, right? Or is this his 4th season? with the Dolphins, or
Yeah,
third?
I think so. Yeah.
I think it's his fourth, right? Or third. I forget. But like there's been so many like caveats to trying to evaluate it. But right now, yeah, he looks and sounds defeated. And
2022 he started.
Yeah, 22, 23. Yeah, so this is fourth season, right? So yeah, 2 of those years with Tua injury riddled. 2023 they had a very respectable year. Their offense looked great at times. But yeah, there's been questions about the Dolphins showing up against competitive teams, about playoff teams, all that shit. So
maybe,
I don't know. I like Mike. I'm rooting for them to turn it around. But maybe he's a guy whose future is just as an offensive coordinator. Maybe that's how he's best suited. Like Vance Joseph, right? I don't think he's ever going to be a good head coach, and I could be wrong. But I mean, after this week, I got a lot of questions about defensive coordinator. But some guys, like, that's just what they do well. Being a head coach is tough.
Well, I mean, look at Robert Saleh, right? I mean, like Saleh going back to the 49ers, and Mac Jones looked real good, but that has been one consistent thing over the first 2 weeks. 49ers defense looks a lot better than it did last year, like a lot better. And shout out to Mac Jones for being able to guide that offense to victory. Played pretty well. But yeah, that defense is looking a lot better. So
yeah, Robert Saleh, very good defensive coordinator. Not a great head coach.
Michael Penix looking pretty good. Penix looking pretty good.
Penix had a solid game. The Falcons, in addition to their defense playing well, their run game was great. Bijan and Tyler Algier kind of carried the team.
So good.
But that's you got a good run game. You got a defense that's looking to be good.
So sorry, football.
That's going to help a young quarterback more than anything else. That's going to give Penix actual time to develop. So if you're a Falcons fan, be excited about those things.
Yeah.
Sorry, Caleb. Dear God. Sorry, Caleb.
I feel like for the Falcons, their potential is like through the roof. If Penix develops into like that guy, like dude, even Kyle Pitts looking pretty solid last night, right? Like Drake London, I think, is a good receiver. I know he disappeared for a good chunk of that game. But like that ground game, if they get that passing game going and it's more consistent and more explosive, that defense is looking better. There was already stuff to praise about the secondary. Now that pass rush, all those rookies last night, they made a huge impact in that game, whether it was interceptions or it was sacks. There's a lot to be excited about if you're a Falcons fan. So we'll see.
Yeah. The 49ers are kind of like the inverse Chiefs right now. They're 49ers are 2-0. They are getting through, I feel like, the hardest part of their season right now. And Mac Jones came in and did exactly what you want your backup quarterback to do. Kept your team in the game, didn't make mistakes. He threw 3 touchdowns. Like, the Niners are going to go through the gauntlet early, and that might set them up for success down the stretch, assuming they can get healthy and stay healthy, because they did that without Purdy, without George Kittle. So things should get better for the Niners as they advance.
And real quick before we get off this game, Saints, once again, they're hanging around. What, Rattler had 3 touchdowns yesterday?
Yeah.
Hanging around. Good run game, too. Gotta give them some credit. They're not the worst team in the league.
No, I think people were way too low on the Saints. They are 0-2, but it's true. It's a respectable 0-2 New Orleans.
Yes.
And that's a lot better than people were saying you were going to be.
Correct.
And Spencer Rattler, you got to like that, dude. 2 solid games. This game, I think he was even better, against a tougher opponent. But, not the end of the world for the Saints. They look better than the Panthers. But the Panthers fought back. Carolina almost fought back against your sleeper Cardinals, Tom.
Listen, the Arizona Cardinals, I don't want to call a juggernaut, but undefeated. Has it looked good? No. Have they been able to close out games in an efficient way? No. But still 2-0. Dude, the faith that I have in the Cardinals is just diminishing. And they're winning, but it is holding on by a thread. Yeah. But they won. That is something.
Yeah, the Cardinals do not know how to hold on to a lead. That is for sure.
And for the Panthers, man, because I get it. There was a lot of sad Panthers fans last week, and there still is a good amount of sad Panthers fans this week. And that's the thing, too. I went back because we were streaming. I went back and the amount of penalties on that last drive, and Bryce Young had opportunities to win that game. And he's like, no, thank you. I'd rather not. I prefer not to. I am Bartleby.
Arizona, 12 penalties for 96 yards in that game. Panthers had 7. So Arizona getting in their own way a little bit there. I think for Carolina, who's their running back that had the horrific knee injury last year that they drafted?
Oh, hold on. Nope, blanking on his name.
Jonathan Brooks.
That's the one. Yep.
That, I think, like, that feels like a missing piece for Carolina. They had to throw a lot in this game because they were down.
Less than 50 rushing yards.
What's that?
It's less than 50 rushing yards. Bryce Young threw almost 60 times.
Yeah. So I think, like, they need the run game, Carolina. They need it bad.
Yeah.
Hey, at least Tet McMillan's looking good.
Yeah.
But yeah. Cardinals are probably the team that's luckiest to be 2-0 right now.
Yeah. Cardinals, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, Martin Harris Jr., 2 for 27. Trey McBride still is like that guy. But they're 2-0. 2-0. Look at that. Perna might have to retire that Elway shirt.
No, that shirt's too good. I don't give a fuck. It's not cursed. That shirt is not cursed.
You're not wrong, Yankees. You're not wrong. I do agree. They tried, right? They did try it. They drafted offensive line, right, with Mims. Like they have tried. So
that's true. That is true. And Trey Hendrickson basically called game for him, right?
Yeah.
So
they tried. Can we talk about the low-key game of the week?
Cowboys, Giants?
Giants and Cowboys?
Yeah, we can.
Into the sun. Holy cow, man. From last week where, hey, the Giants are up there as one of the worst teams in the league, or at least one of the worst outings, week 1. The offense couldn't do diddly squat.
Yeah.
Right? No run game whatsoever. It was better this week. And Russell Wilson looked trash. Russell Wilson, 450 yards. He threw it 14 less times than Bryce Young did yesterday. 30 for 41, 3 touchdowns, an interception. That interception was, I don't know what the hell he was looking at there. That one wasn't good. But
that final one in overtime?
Yeah, I don't know what. That was just an arm punt at that point.
Yeah, he had pressure right there, and I think he gets rid of the ball early because of the pressure, and he's not able to like really fully get into that throw. He'll do that.
I mean, he got into it because he overthrew that receiver by a nautical mile.
Yeah, but look, I mean, this game's kind of nuts.
This game's insane.
Look at Javonte Williams, man. He is having a nice season so far for the Cowboys. And all right, you watch Russ throw for 450. Didn't work out with the Broncos. You watch Javonte rush for another touchdown, have almost 100 yards. Didn't work out for the Broncos. Those two things make me a little sad. But Jerry Jones. I'm Jerry Jones. I can get rid of Micah Parsons because I got Brandon Aubrey, Tom. I got the best kicker on earth. You know what? Get rid of Micah Parsons. Our kicking game going to be unstoppable. Unstoppable, Brandon Aubrey. 64-yard field goal for Brandon Aubrey to send that game into overtime. And he hits that shit like it's nothing.
Dude, it is
like
cake.
To line up for a 64-yarder and have that level of confidence that your kicker's going to make it. He's the best kicker in the NFL right now.
Yeah, by far.
It's insane. And this game was fun. This was a fun game to watch.
Not for defense, but yes.
Yeah.
Dude, Malik Neighbors and Wan'Dale Robinson had a great game too. I don't want to take that away from him. Malik Neighbors, holy cow, man. You get him a quarterback that can be consistent like Russell Wilson was yesterday. And he's just so good. And it's so sad to see him on a Giants team that's not the greatest. because he is a special wide receiver, man.
Yeah.
That one touchdown grab he had yesterday.
Oh, yeah, dude, the one in the back of the end zone?
Yeah, disgusting.
Yeah.
Disgustingly good. Yeah, no good, Rob. No good. Rest easy and heal up quickly. People were asking me, is this a good thing for the Giants and a bad thing for the Cowboys? Because the Cowboys obviously getting the win. Is it the Giants are better than we thought they were, or the Cowboys were? Like, every question was basically, are the Cowboys bad? And you got to give credit for the Cowboys actually winning this game. They did go, and have a close game with the Eagles without Jalen Carter. Do you chalk it up to this as a divisional game, so it's always going to be a little bit wonky? Because I could not have predicted this kind of score. I would have never guessed that Russell Wilson was throwing 450 yards.
Yeah, I mean, nobody would have. But Russ he's that kind of quarterback where he might do this one week. And next week, it's going to be, 6 sacks, fumble in a terrible position or terrible situation, and a lot of inefficiency. Yeah. Or maybe Russ and Brian Dable kind of gel. Maybe they gel a little bit. But, look, those, I think all three of Russ's touchdown passes were 20-plus yard touchdown passes, right?
26 penalties is insane.
Yeah, that's so many penalties in this game. Dude.
That's a flag. That is insane.
What was I going to say
Sorry.
Something. No, you're fine. It's not you. I had a thought about Russell Wilson, and now I can't.
About if he's going to show up again next week, or.
But he even in this game in overtime, but the drive before the interception throw, he goes to make a throw, and I think he tries to pull the ball in, and instead fumbles it backwards. It bounced out of bounds, and that's just like one of those Russell Wilson plays. You're like, what the hell are you doing? You've done so many great things in this game, and even when he was in Denver, there were a few games where he played really well, but it was the handful of bad things he did cost the team.
Yeah.
If you're a Giants fan, though, you're just like, dang, that was crazy. Sucks to lose to the Cowboys. Dak Prescott's win streak against them is at is it 12 now? It's some long ass streak. I forget what it is, but I don't know. The Giants defense should be better. They need to be more disciplined. Their penalties are just ridiculous. So you worry about the penalties too. It's like, is this team just going to do this every week? So lack of discipline. And I've never seen a guy get benched like Hudson after one series. Man. An offensive lineman to get benched after one series. That's crazy.
Dude, was penalized 4 times.
Yeah. He's lucky this game went off the rails because that would be a huge story today.
Yep.
But it's buried because the game was awesome.
You're either stretching or tearing the ligaments in your toe. That's what. And yeah, if it's grade 3, Joe Burrow, not good things. Not good things.
No.
Tormento is good.
Yeah, it was bad when Burrow was on the ground for as long as he was.
It was. Yeah. Yeah. Cowboys, they're able to come away with the win. It was a close one. It was definitely close. But this is also, and what I'm kind of just reminding myself and others of, it is also week 2, right? After September, we'll kind of see where these teams are actually at. But for the Giants, I feel like this is kind of one of the biggest boosts you could have from a really bad week 1 to a much better week 2. Like, okay, at least this offense can go, right? And that gives you at least a little bit of optimism. A little bit. So, yeah, and now this sets up, again, I thought that this was going to be a blowout, and it still could be. We'll see how Russell Wilson does.
Time to trade Mahomes while his value is still high, Kansas City.
But yeah, Chiefs lose, that'd be tough.
Did you see Antonio Pierce dunk on the Raiders?
No.
They had, I forget, I think it was CBS or some
game too.
Some pregame show. They had Antonio Pierce talking about the Raiders, and he was talking very positively about Geno Smith.
He's with the Lambeau leap. Yeah, I saw. Continue. Sorry. In the drop zone or whatever the hell this stupid ass thing is called.
Okay. Antonio Pierce. He was talking positively about Geno Smith. He's like, they have Geno Smith this year. They have Geno Smith this year. Last year, the Raiders didn't have a quarterback.
Yeah.
It's like, ooh, your former head coach saying that. That's
tough.
That's tough.
That's tough. Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. Speaking of quarterbacks, let's talk about the Steelers and the Seahawks. That was an interesting game. Aaron Rodgers, he was the belle of the ball last week. Not the greatest this week. 18 for 33, 203 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, sacked 3 times. The thing I'm more concerned about, though, besides their special teams, this is now the second week in a row, and I think you brought this up last week too. The Steelers' defense. What's going on with that?
Yeah, just 2 sacks on old Sammy slinging Sammy Darnold.
Yep.
AKA Gingers is black.
What?
Gingers is black.
What?
Gingers is black. Marshawn Lynch had Sam Darnold on his podcast. First thing he says to Sam Darnold is, I heard Gingers is black. So every week we will be tracking to see if this is true.
Well, if Marshawn Lynch said it, then it's fine. Yeah,
exactly. Marshawn Lynch.
I'm not arguing with Marshawn Lynch. He'll destroy me. Yeah, offense for the Seahawks looked better, right? Because that was a big concern. Defense is still continuing to look good. The talk of this game, besides Rodgers and the Steelers' defense, though, is, oh man, that special teams. In the most gifted touchdown that you will ever see. Look at those stats.
Yeah. No, you're right. That's the special teams blunder, hand Seattle a touchdown. And that's part of the new kickoff rule.
Yeah.
So Caleb Johnson, the ball bounced past him and touched him. Landed in the end zone. He just looked at it. He turned around, looked at it, and then he turns around to go to the sideline like, oh, fucking play's done.
Yep.
What he should have done is ran back to the end zone to recover that ball. So, you got to know the rules. You got to know what's going on there. Seahawks recover it, and it's a touchdown. So, yeah, that's bad.
Mm-hmm. Run game, Kenneth Walker looked real good.
He broke a hundo.
See that. JSN is going to be there. Cooper Kupp had a better game, too. He had 90 yards as well. Yeah, the Steelers, I thought at least their defense should be pretty solid in case their offense was not going great. But yeah, that offense did not look good yesterday. And again, you got to give credit to the Seahawks defense because they turned it around last year, and they're building upon that, which is good. I think McDonald is building something good there.
Look, TJ Watt, another game without a sack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. That's true. Yeah, Crollo, happy freaking birthday. Let's go. That's a big win for the Patriots. In Miami, too. But yeah, Steelers, I'm a little worried about their defense. Special teams, that play is going to be shown in every single special teams meeting this entire week forever.
Don't do this. Hey, guys, let me just show you what not to do. Yep. Here's Caleb Johnson and the Steelers.
Yeah, Elliot, ever since that 70-point game, I don't know. I think it might have cursed the Dolphins a little bit more. We talked about that game. Was there any other ones that we missed?
Bills, Jets.
Oh, yes.
One, Iron Man, Josh Allen, playing with a busted up nose.
Oh, that thing was gushing.
Woo! Swollen afterwards. Had to have stuff in his nose all game. Gutted it out. All right. Josh Allen gutted it out. James Cook really kept the Bills in it.
James Cook had a really nice day.
Really nice day for James Cook.
By the way, Justin Fields officially concussion. He's in concussion protocol.
Oh, Fields has a concussion?
It was Aaron Glenn talked about it this morning. Yeah, he's officially in concussion protocol.
Oh, that will help maybe explain why he was the worst quarterback this week by far. 3 of 11 passing. They had to bring in Tyrod Taylor. So, yeah, maybe he was concussed all game. That's what I would claim. I would say, you know what? Actually, the concussion for me happened in warmups.
Pulled a Goldberg.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what was just before. Cowboy center Cooper, baby, he's going to miss 6 to 8 weeks with a high ankle sprain. Okay, that's not great. It's not ideal. Hey, but you won.
But yeah, Bills, dominant victory.
Game, still win though. Still win. Yeah, Jets. We'll see about Fields. He looked really good week 1. We didn't really mention a whole lot the Rams Titans again.
Oh yeah.
The flashes I'm seeing from Cam Ward, I like it. He's getting he had 6 sacks on him last week, another 5 this week. So that's 11 times in 2 weeks. He might die behind that offensive line, but dude, there's something there. I'm seeing Tony Pollard had himself a nice game. So at least he was able to establish the run, because this was a pretty close game, in the by halftime. Because they were winning, right?
Even last week when the Broncos were, sacking Cam Ward 6 times, like I said, you know what? You won't be able to take this away if you're looking at his box score, or even just looking through the highlights of Cam Ward.
Yeah.
He wasn't playing as bad as, that would have led you to believe. And his first touchdown throw is kind of crazy. He's rolling to his right. He throws across his body all the way across the field to the end zone.
Talk about that
to get his first TD.
Yep.
Titans got a lot of other problems. It's not Cam Ward. And the Rams, like Denver, that's a team that can get after the quarterback. Their pass rush can be dominant. I don't know what happened to the Broncos this week in that department, but
do you see it, Perna? No, scroll back down. There it is.
Devontae Adams.
Devontae freaking Frackett. He looked good yesterday. Yes, he did. Yes,
I'm gonna root for the Raiders now, Randy.
Mm-hmm. Irante, yes, Scooter did call that against the Giants a mini bye. He did call that game a mini bye. He did.
That's funny. Did Adam and Scooter stream that game together?
Not together, no. They streamed separately.
Cowards.
I popped into both. One was a lot happier than the other, and then I didn't see the rest of that, but hate Rizzy in Denver. Last game we didn't talk about, Cleveland Browns versus the Baltimore Ravens. Judkins, he got his first play. This was the 30th anniversary, right, of them leaving Cleveland. Lamar Jackson. Well, you know what? I'm actually going to give some credit to the Cleveland Browns for a second. They talked a whole bunch of smack about, they can tackle Derrick Henry, no problem. Derrick Henry, 11 carries, 23 yards. Pretty good. And then Lamar Jackson absolutely destroyed them. But at least they stopped Derrick Henry. So next time they got to talk trash about Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry.
Yeah, that is crazy. Holding Henry to 23 yards, that's a win, Browns. That's a win. Now, you didn't win the football game.
No, you got destroyed. But
you won the thing that doesn't matter, because you stopped Derrick Henry. Lamar Jackson killed you. But this game was close. The first half of this game, pretty ugly.
Oh, it was 10-3. Yeah.
All of that was second half. The Ravens just, I think they just, if there was any soul left in Cleveland, they took it away. They're lifeless now. They're a lifeless football team now. They've got Joe Flacco.
Returned to Baltimore. Not so great.
He ain't it. They put Dylan Gabriel in garbage time.
That wouldn't be too
or did they? I don't even fucking know.
Real quick, Raven man. Again, I wouldn't be super nervous yet, but that game, Monday Night Football, Lions versus Ravens, I'm glad the Lions showed up against it, because that should be a really fun game.
Yeah.
I don't know how much defense. And by the way, Jair Alexander, a healthy scratch for the Ravens.
Yeah.
Not ideal. It's true, man. It's true. So,
Quinshon Judkins outrunning Derrick Henry.
Arm strain. Yeah.
But yeah, Lamar Jackson.
Narrative. That's all Jameis Winston. We got 2 games tonight. It's a double header, and they actually spread it out. The first one is going to be the Texans versus the Buccaneers, or other way around, but Buccaneers versus the Texans. And then you got the Chargers versus the Raiders. I want to see the offensive line for the Texans block. That's what I want to see from the Texans tonight. And see how that offense is going to look. Chargers Raiders, I think, is going to be an interesting game because Geno can air it out. I want to see if the Chargers defense is looking as good as it was last week against the Chiefs. So, hey, there you go, Bryce Young. Hold on to something. That's it.
Hold on to something, Bryce Young.
Hold on to something. Yeah, who'd you pick for this? You got the Buccaneers and Chargers, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
I'm going to ride with Baker until he lets me down.
Fair.
Chargers Raiders, that's a pretty fascinating game now for top of the AFC West.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a cakewalk for either team.
Fair good.
But I'm going to lean into the Chargers for the moment. Justin Herbert, one of the hottest quarterbacks week 1. Let's see if he can keep it going.
Raiders win. They're atop the AFC West.
Yeah, it's going to be, I think if the Raiders win, that's the funniest scenario, honestly. That would be the funniest situation.
Daniel Jones, Drake May, New Peyton versus Brady.
There you go.
So sorry, Daniel.
Love it. I love it.
Perna, what do you got coming out today?
Well, we posted the new worst game ever. So go check that out. Winners and losers. Late last night.
Oh, look at you.
Shout out to Connor and Johnny for helping. All three of us working on that thing to get it up. Dude, I don't know how I posted all of those games every Sunday last year. I was on an all-time run because I don't think I can do it again.
Yeah, I didn't realize you put it out. That must have come out like super duper late.
It was pretty late. I don't
even
know.
It's doing well though.
It's doing all right.
Doing pretty well. Not too bad.
The glory days are over. That's what I know.
Glory days. Hey, Ryan. Appreciate you. Yeah. So while this show is going on, I put out the reaction video to Joe Burrow, so you can go check that out. Tonight, the game is, so they're doing 7 p.m. Eastern, and then they're doing 10 p.m. Eastern. So it's an hour earlier. I'm going to get scripted out. So I don't know if I'm just going to be late or get it out in time for the Houston Buccaneers game. So I'm going to try to stream the Buccaneers one. I might stream the second one too, just because I'm a crazy person. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, I just need to see what the heck today looks like. I have to get scripted done. So
is this the only Monday night double dip?
No, there's like 4 of them this year.
Is there?
Sucks. Yeah, it's not fun.
That's annoying.
Hold on. I'll pull this up super quick. It sucks. I hate when they do these double headers. Let's see here.
Not next week.
No, they got 4. So it's you're on there. You're part of the double header. This is the hour difference. Yeah, it's Jets, Dolphins, and then it's Bengals, Broncos. Hey, you want to stream that one?
Yeah,
we can stream that one.
You know,
then it's week 6. It's Bills, Falcons. That could be fun. It's Bears, Washington. Maybe we see another Hail Mary. Then they're doing it again week 7. Buccaneers, Lions should be pretty good. Also Texans, Seattle. That could be pretty good too. And I think that is it.
Yeah, that's lame.
Yeah, it's a bunch. So they got 1, 2, 3. Yeah, they're doing it 4 times this year.
That is really annoying.
I don't like it. I'm just not a fan. So, all right. So yeah, I will be streaming. I just don't know when. Hey, Pete Carroll, happy birthday. We'll see if you can get a win tonight. Appreciate you, Lucy. Yeah, tomorrow we rock. Tomorrow we officially make it into our mid-30s.
Oh, yeah, tomorrow's your birthday, huh?
It is.
Happy birthday.
It's not my birthday today, Brandon.
Happy early birthday.
Thank you, Brandon. Appreciate you. That's very kind of you. Well, folks, thank you so much for watching. I'm Tom Grossi. We'll be back on Wednesday. That's Brandon Perna. This is GPS. And you have been navigating.
I reached the destiny.